The top story on ABC News Breakfast. The Iowa caucus has claimed its first victim. US Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann has pulled out of the Republican race for the White House. Former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney is celebrating a narrow win.
He was just 8 votes ahead of former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum. Ms Bachmann was a Tea Party favourite and came a disappointing 6th place with just 5% of the vote.
Last night, the people of Iowa spoke with a very clear voice, and so I have decided to stand aside. And I believe that if we are going to repeal Obamacare, turn our country around and take back our country, we must do so united. And I believe that we must rally around the person that our country and our party and our people select to be that standard bearer. But make no mistake, I'll continue to be a strong voice. I'll continue to stand and fight for the country and for the American people.
That was Michelle Bachmann officially pulling out of the Republican race for the White House. Craig McMurtry joins us now from Washington. Craig, good morning. Mitt Romney has celebrated his narrow victory with a very important endorsement in the next primary state of New Hampshire.
Yes, good morning, Michael. Michelle Bachmann certainly had little choice. She didn't do very well last night, finished dead last, barely 5% support. A disappointing result given that she was born in Iowa, of course. And you're quite right, Mitt Romney, even though the margin could hardly have been closer, barely 8 votes between him and Rick Santorum. Mitt Romney today is enjoying the endorsement of 2008 Republican nominee John McCain. McCain came out very quickly just a short while ago. This is breaking news a matter of moments ago at a town hall meeting to throw his strong endorsement and support behind Mitt Romney. Here's some of what he had to say.
I am really here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to make sure that we make Mitt Romney the next president of the United States of America, and New Hampshire is a state that will catapult him on to victory in a very short period of time. That's why I'm here.
John McCain, they're offering a very important endorsement given the fact that these two men absolutely loathed each other during the 2008 campaign. Craig, where does Mitt Romney go from here? It was far from a decisive victory in Iowa. Can he pick up the pieces in New Hampshire and the other states going forward?
Well, he could. Indeed, he's on track to become the first Republican in modern times to pick up Iowa and New Hampshire. Most polls have him with a commanding lead, perhaps 30-point lead over the others in New Hampshire. He's expected to win there. It would be certainly a shock if he didn't. He's expected to win handsomely, so expectations are perhaps a bit of an issue for Mitt Romney. But I think John McCain's endorsement is a sign that more of the party establishment is now swinging behind the former Massachusetts governor. He is certainly acknowledging the fact that he faced a tight contest in Iowa, that he didn't really increase his support there on 4 years ago last night, but because the evangelical social conservative vote is divided, that was enough for him to eke out this very narrow win. Let's have a listen to some of what he had to say.
I'm absolutely delighted. Look, just a few weeks ago, we were way behind in the polls. We were able to do pretty darn well last night. And of course, I've also been building a national campaign and making campaign appearances in states that are coming up down the road. I want to make sure that this is not just a one-state send-off, but instead we're able to get the delegates we need to get the nomination. So it's a long road ahead. I'm hoping to do well, but it felt very, very good last night when the final numbers came in.
The final numbers, though, were very slim there, Craig. Rick Santorum almost pipped Mitt Romney at the post. Is Rick Santorum a flash in the pan? Can he sustain his campaign in states like New Hampshire?
Well, that is the big question. Essentially, Rick Santorum did not have the machine, did not have the resources, the deep pockets of the Romney campaign. He threw everything into Iowa. He virtually camped there, and that is the big question now. Can he turn this Iowa grassroots campaign into a national movement? Can he ride some sort of surge out of Des Moines? And look, that is far from clear. Mitt Romney, as I've said, has deep pockets. The other thing is the Santorum case might have been held helped more if more of the Conservatives were going to drop out, were to follow Michelle Bachmann's lead. Texas Governor Rick Perry indicated last night that he was going to consider his future in the race after doing pretty poorly, finishing a distant fourth or fifth. But just in the last hour or so, he's been tweeting that he is going to be competing in South Carolina, and that is looming as the key battle now, because assuming Mitt Romney does well in a few days' time in New Hampshire, then they go to the Bible Belt state of South Carolina, and if any of the Conservatives are really going to stand up and stop this growing Romney bandwagon, it will have to be in South Carolina.
OK, Craig McMurtry in Washington, thank you very much for the update.
OK.